Hello everyone, my name is Leo. Today I want to talk about the gender equality for you. Before I start my speech, I want to tell you a quotation about the gender equality. From Gloria. She said that we have begun to raise our daughters more like sons, but few have courage to raise our sons more like daughters. These quotations remind me to think about these problems about gender equality in the society. And I want to share you interesting phenomenon in China. Do you know that in China, the Chinese girls in the summer, the Chinese girls would like to wear the less clothes on the street. Maybe they think that they can attract many boys, or they just think that it's very hot. But for our parents and for the teachers, they think that these girls are loose girls and they are not good girls for our children or others. And but it's very funny because in the same situations when the boys wear the less clothes and they just think that it's never mind and it's a normal, it's very normal in the society, it's very normal in this on the street. And I think it's a totally unfair phenomenon for the women and for the girls. So I want to talk about gender equality for you. Then I will show you my preview about the gender equality. Firstly, I want to talk about the three aspects about the gender equality. About the gender equalities. Then I will tell you three examples to suppose them. Then at last, I will conclude my speech. The first aspect is about the Chinese home. Then I want to use my personal experience to suppose this unfair phenomenon in the Chinese home. It's about my uncle. My uncle's very like boys because he thinks that the boy can help him to manage his company, can help him to do everything. But it's very unfortunately that his first and second children are both girls. But so he wants to pay more money to the government than he has a third child, and his third child is a boy. So I think it's very unfair for my brothers and for my sister. Because I think it's very unfair, and I think that the girls can do the same things like the boys. But in my uncle's opinions, he just accept the boys. So I think it's unfair, and many Chinese home and they also have the similar opinions about the gender, about their children. And the second point is about the gender equalities in the work. That I want to talk about my mom. And my mom is a manager in a big company, and but he until now he has worked many for 10 years, and he's just a manager because he cannot have the chance to become the president of the companies, because in her work's opinions that the women just have lose enough powerful. And even though my mom have the strategies to manage these companies, but they also think that they need a man to lead them. They also need a male to lead them to get them more money to work. So they don't accept my mom. So my mom become work as a manager in this company. I think it's very unfair for the women in the work and in the job. The third one, I want to talk about some phenomena, some unfair phenomena in the poor countries. I always read some news on the internet, and in this news I can know that in some poor countries, these families would like to sell these girls to the rich man, because on the one hand, and they can get money from the rich man, and on the second hand, and they should not pay the much money to the girls, and they remain the boys, because the boys can help their parents to do some heavy work, and like the farm or others. So I think it's very unfair. There are many unfair phenomena in these societies, and it's about the children. It's about the unfair phenomena in the job and in the work, and even though in some poor countries it's also very unfair, and it's have the gender and the wrong opinions about the gender. So I want to say that I think that everyone has responsibilities to help the women, and to help to do some useful, to make some to like to do some speeches about the gender equalities, and we need to help the women in the world. And I think that when the gender has become equalities, and we can become more happiness, and we can become more happier in the world. Thank you for listening.